Yo, what's good, guys? It's Bennett. Today, I'm gonna show you how I made this much money in like 30 seconds. So, coming off open, here, let me go into the thing. All right, so coming off open, right? Let's look at the hourly, right? So, let's say I don't know what happens. It's 8:29. About to about to start trading for market open. I'm marking this hourly, right? We're coming up here, right? Let's look at the 4 hour actually, because I want to emphasize this. So this is a ton of liquidity, right? This high took this high, but did not take this one and this one. So this is an area, a draw externally that I would consider as a nice draw on liquidity. However, whenever we pump like this, right? Let's look at the 4 hour. Whenever we pump like this and price comes back down to fill an imbalance, right? Most of the time we will come up, not take the high, and then continue lower. Most of the time we'll come into the gap, right? Come out of it, not exactly, or not quite take this high, and then continue down into whatever. Maybe we take this low, it's happening in the gap, whatever. So I came into today looking for shit is so laggy. Looking for this hourly gap to be further tapped into down here. Also had this low marked out, but we took that before open. So let me go on to the 5 minute rate. What am I looking for a good setup, right? I'm looking for manipulation right off open, and then distribution which is what the trade I took, right? So I mark out this 5 minute gap here, which price, we fuck around for the first couple minutes of market open, right? We put in this high, this 1 minute high. Really hope my shit isn't lagging the fuck. I think it is. My shit's so fucked. But we put in this high, right? Let's go to that 30 second. We can even go to the 15 second, bro. This model works on all time frames. So we put in this high, right? We're fucking around. This is the 15 second, right? I'd probably guess to say it's still gonna go lower, but I already made money, so we put in this high. Come up here, take the high inside of this 5 minute, right? Look at this 5 minute. This is the 5 minute that I marked out, right? Price puts in this high right at open, right? We come up, take the high, and then we immediately reverse to what looks like a V shape, right? Now the entry model isn't as clean on this, but this was just so obvious for me. I had to take it, entered right here after this Drake dick pic candle. Put my stop right here. Took it down a little bit past. I got filled somewhere down here. But yeah, nice trade, nice 15 second trade. See how it's a green candle, then we have a candle with a large wick that takes the high while taps into that 5 minute, and then we have a reversing candle. If there was a gap here, it would be inverse. See how it kind of looks V-shaped, right? If this was a fair value gap, it would look like this. So this was technically, I guess you could say it's a pattern trade, but I was super bearish today, and I made money right off market open, right? So I am done trading, even though that I still think this is going to go lower. I think we're gonna go. Honestly, I think we're gonna get to come take these lows. Let's see. There's another setup. Even 30 second. Nah, not too good, right? You might be saying, oh, Benny, look, this is an inverse gap, right? Let's short right here. It is an inverse gap. However, look how kind of like we come down until we don't close past it yet. We have these two green candles, and then we finally close, right? We finally close. While with this on the 15 second, it is come up, take the high inside of the gap, immediately reverse, with not only this low, this low, this low, this low, and this external low. Not quite an external low, but on the 15 second, we could call it external low. But yeah, that is how I made however much, $770 in my trade was less than a minute. If you guys have any questions, you're trying to learn this, bro, just type in the comments. I'll be happy to help y'all. My main goal for this channel is to show y'all it is easy to make money if you have the right psychology, which I'm still working on myself. So that's why as soon as I make money, I lock my account. As you guys can see, I cannot trade in it anymore for today. Because the less decisions I have to make, the more money I'm going to make, right? So let's talk about that. Obviously I'm not one to speak about psychology, right? You know, revenge, we've all revenge traded, chased after a loss. But I think my biggest issue is probably patience, right? Trying to force a trade that's not there. So basically what I was saying with the decisions thing, right? Let's say I come into market open, I take a banger, right? And I make money. Okay, perfect. That's one decision that made me money. Now I'm done, right? Let's say I come into market open, I try to take this short. Let's say I tried to hold it farther down and I got stopped at break even. Well, that applies to ultimately stressing your mental, right? Because it's something that almost worked but didn't work, right? So see how this would probably piss me off, right? If I kept holding it up to down here, right? And the reason it would piss me off is because I know where price is going to go, or I have a pretty good idea. And to see price go down there after stop me at break even, it uprises my emotions and makes it more likely for me to make a subconscious decision, right? Because that's where the emotions are. So let's say I come into market open and I take a loss, right? That's one decision. Let's say I cut it there. Perfect. I lost money. That's whatever. If I continue using my profitable strategy, right, I'm going to make money tomorrow, make it back and even more, right? But let's say you take a loss. Oh, I want to make another decision, a decision to take another trade. You could lose that trade, putting you into even more drawdown, right? So it's a kind of a thing I like to think about in terms of decisions, right? The less decisions you have to make, the safer you're going to be in a market meant to tear you down. So yeah, my name is Bennett. Chad, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help. Peace.